Hi. Just got back from Anime Blast Chattanooga. It was awesome. It was in Artist Alley, so that was a lot of fun. But anyway, this video is actually going to be about the time I met Steve Blum dressed as Starscream. I was dressed as Starscream. Steve was not dressed as Starscream, to clarify. How are you today? So, I had spent months trying to work on this cosplay. A lot of panicking, a lot of making mistakes. It was my first robot rig, a lot of crying. Oh, I'm not gonna get this done in time. But long story short, I got it done in time. So MobileCon comes around. My friend Angela and I were dressed as that awesome knockout I'm sure you've seen all over the internets. She just exploded all over there. And I was Starscream, of course, so, we're getting a lot of great feedback on our costumes as we kind of waddle around, because that's really all you can do in robot costumes is just kind of waddle around. And so it's time for the Steve Blum panel. Yay! We're standing in line, and we realize once we get into the conference hall, we can't sit because there's stuff on our backs that keep us from sitting in normal chairs. Okay? So we get shoved into a little dark corner of the conference hall, along with Chigo, who I'm sure you may have seen on the internets as well. She cosplays a G1 Starscream. So here we are, three big bots in a dark corner of the conference hall. Steve Blum is there! We see him! But I'm sure all he sees, if you've ever been in a spotlight, all you can see are like silhouettes of things, because the spotlight's just like right in your face. It's like, oh, glory. Anyway, but so he's up there, and all I want is just for him to notice me. I've spent months on this cosplay of the character you portrayed. Please say something. Say, hey, that's a great costume. Something. So we're there standing for about an hour. I didn't care about the panel. A lot of the questions that he was answering, I had actually heard him answer in previous YouTube recordings. Okay, great. I just want him to see me. So we wait until his panel is over. My legs are killing me. We've been trying to stand there, keeping ourselves from, bumping each other's wings and wheels. So we're following Chigo, all like three robots just kind of waddling one after another to the front of the stage, because he's kind of, hanging out there, because as the conference hall is clearing out, he's saying hi to, the stragglers. Thanks for coming, shake hands. I didn't care if he shake my hand. I just wanted him to see what I had done in honor of you coming to MomoCon. But that moment never arrived, because a stagehand comes down off the stage and motions us to follow him instead. Okay, well, maybe I'll get my chance. So we're following him, in front of the stage. We're past the stage, and all of a sudden, the stagehand opens the curtain to go backstage and motions for us to go inside. Now, you couldn't really see it on my face because I was wearing my Starscream mask, but all I could do was just go, thank you, Lord. So, we waddle backstage, and he comes. And it's so great. We get group pictures with him, which I have yet to see, but on somebody's phone somewhere, they exist. And he says to us, you guys are going to come to the autograph session, right? We're like, yes, we're coming. And he says to us, well, it was a pleasure meeting you all. And he turns to me And I had my mask up at the time, which, you know, I had done my face all pretty, you know, with my eyeshadow and my lipstick and everything. And he looks at me intently. He says, "It's an honor to meet you." And I look at him and I just smiled and I said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate it." And so we head out. Score! Score! Not only did he see my costume, not only did he compliment it and say that it was an honor to meet me, but I didn't fangirl. Best thing ever. Best thing ever. I made a good impression. So, there's gonna come time for autographs. And then we had all kind of been mingling, kind of wandering nearby the autograph lines because we're not allowed to enter the lines until they open them, but we're not allowed to stand there either. So we're just kind of mingling. Suddenly, the security volunteer says, "Okay, time to line up." Oh my goodness, wonderful. So we're just kind of gonna patiently and politely stroll. We're gonna slightly hasten but still be very polite stroll. All of a sudden, a tsunami of fans! And my knockout and I got separated. And I literally turned my head to look for her. Angela! I was terrified that my wings were going to be ripped off. But then the volunteer says, "Hey, hey, hey, hey!" And then she stops it. She intervenes. And we were let to go through. She's like, "Let the heavily cosplaying people pass." That's right. So we made it into the line. A very decent spot, mind you. We wait for about 45 minutes because it took them forever for some reason to open the line to actually get Steve's autograph. I don't know why. He was sitting there for about those 45 minutes. And we were waiting for something. I'm not sure what it was. Anyway, but the line finally started moving. So excited. I kind of get to have a one-on-one quick little exchange with Steve Blum. It comes my turn. My husband is there with me. He's carrying my stuff so that he can concentrate on the costume, you know. So it's like slow motion kind of waddling up there. And as I'm approaching, Steve Blum has this grin on his face. And he does in his Starscream voice, "Ah, yes, just who I was waiting for." And then I approached him. And then I became a creeper. To this day, I still have shivers about it. Every time I think about it, it kills me. I get there and I'm trying so hard to think of something to say, something that will make me memorable. I had done so well, and now I can't think of anything. And instead, I start trying to stall. Okay, my husband had already paid for the prints. Steve had already autographed them. And my figure of Starscream, he had autographed that too. Still, nothing was coming to mind. So I start to stall by becoming like a really, really paranoid, suspicious fangirl. Okay, so you paid for the prints, right? Okay, so you paid. Okay, we got our prints and you paid, right? Okay, so you paid. Okay, everything's in order. Do we need to get this notarized? You know, do we need to have like witnesses present for this? All the while, Steve's just kind of like, I don't know what was going through his mind, but it was terrifying to me because I'm here thinking, That wonderful moment that I proved myself not to be some kind of crazy fangirl. It has been lost. And there's no way to redeem it now. But then he gets up, he's like, hey, pictures, okay, good. That kind of took away from the awkward moment there. So we take our pictures, and then I just head on. I was like, okay, I've overstayed my welcome. Let me just go. Steve, if you ever see this video, I'm sorry, I did not mean to become some suspicious creeper on you, ever. But, yeah, I got everything I wanted, except for having something memorable to say, you know. Pretty good con. Pretty excellent con, actually. But yes, the story of my few moments with Steve Blum.